And we're live. Welcome to the return of Part Time Nerd Podcast. It's been it's been over a year, hasn't it been? Long time?
Been a while. Been a while.
Wow. And that other sultry voice you're hearing on the other side is none other than my partner in crime with Strikeout Beer, Mr. Rapid Dave. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Woke up excited this morning. Super
Woke up
excited.
excited. All right. Yeah, so you hit me up, was it yesterday?
I think so.
We just started this idea yesterday. We're gonna start doing reaction videos to, not videos, but podcast of the new episodes of right now, currently Loki and Bad Batch, and then everything else that's coming out. Any of these other shows, these movies, things like that. I think the next movie that's gonna be coming out is Black Widow next week. So maybe we'll get one for Black Widow. Just don't shake your head no. I gotta make sure I point out that you're shaking your head no, because this is an audio thing. So everything we do has been live videos, and we decided, you know what, let's try and drive some other avenues, things like that. Plus, we want to kind of keep this in a little box, right? We're going to keep these reaction videos to uh 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And if we go live, we're going to be derailed by comments because we love to interact with the people. So episode number 10, Bad Batch, Common Ground. Your initial thoughts?
I liked it. It's just for me, it starts off. It is rough. But you can't believe that I said I liked it.
I
Um, it starts off with the Empire, I guess, is starting to seize all these different planets, and they're telling you we're not your enemy. If someone ever says we're not your enemy, they're absolutely your enemy.
100%.
Overall, I do like it. It's another mission. It's like, but then Omega gets left behind for her safety. You're starting to learn more and more about Omega and her character, her history, and what she's actually like. She's a clone, correct?
Yeah. She's in a non. They didn't mess with her DNA. She's a real time aging clone, like Boba Fett was.
Right. And she's super smart. She's calculated. That's expressed even more in this episode. So I mean, overall, I did like it. It's a little bit more, but it's another mission. But I thought it was okay. Out of if I had to say it was great, it wasn't. It was just good. But it's a good, episode 10. I thought it was fine.
It's another one of those filler episodes. Character development, which I fully expect you to come in here and tell me about how much this show sucks. I was shocked that not only had you already watched it when we started talking, you'd seen it twice already. You're like, yeah, I've watched it twice. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm fired up. I've got my notes. I got everything going on. Let's do this. Uh, for me, one thing that kind of stuck out that I thought was kind of funny, because their mission is they're going and saving this senator off Rakisis.
Raxus.
Raxus. And they go and they get them, and they're getting away. And the whole thing is, it's also part of them. They've been part of the Empire for this whole time, and now they're going and saving separatists, right? And that's what this mission is. And we've got to trust the separatists. We can't do that. This is all a trap. The whole time they're thinking it's a trap, when no, it's not. It's just dude just needs saving from the Empire. But I thought it was funny how they go to get away and they jump in the slowest vehicle out there in the Star Wars universe. Like, let's hurry, let's jump in this walker and get away fast. Immediately you get shot down.
Shot right in the rear, and it blows a hole in it, but they're like, don't worry, we're going to fix it real quick.
We're going to fix this. Meanwhile, you could have just ran away, because these things go so slow. You have troopers just walking alongside of it, right? As the other ones are showing up. They're not running to keep up with it or anything like that. They're just walking, marching, keeping up with it. Now they're marching at a brisk pace, but it's still a march, right?
It's always been my problem with these. I'm like, why does everything walk? Why they have the wheel, they use it on everything else, but for some reason tanks, they're like, you know what? Put some legs on that thing. I just don't get it.
With the walkers, you see it more in some other stuff that you've seen it a lot in the Clone Wars, where the walkers can climb up things. So that's the reason with the walkers, right? Some of your other stuff, they hover. You have the hover tanks that the clone army used, and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, this is how we're getting away. We're going to take the slowest vehicle in the Star Wars universe and escape.
So terrible.
But it again, it's just one of those. It's those filler episodes. I think what this ends up leading to for me is I think you're going to end up seeing the Bad Batch become part of the rebellion when all is said and done with this. And so this episode will kind of show a little bit more of their development in starting to learn how to trust the separatists, the people of the rebellion, and things like that, and not think that they're all just awful people. You know,
Right.
you had a little bit of that with a few episodes ago when they met up with the sisters, your two favorite characters in the Star Wars world.
Terrible, terrible characters.
But you had it with that. You kind of have Rex start to lay some of that groundwork when they meet up with him, letting them know, hey, look, man, this everything's not what it seems to be. So you're kind of seeing that progression of these characters going more towards that side, and I think this ends up with them being some sort of part of the rebellion and things like that.
I'm very intrigued by how it's going to go. You're right. Like it looks like they're setting it up for that, but if they're setting it up for that, maybe they'll take a hard turn somewhere else where they just kind of stay in the middle. They're not for one or the other. Maybe they're just hired hands to the highest bidder. Whoever needs something done, they're the ones that are going to do it. That's what I would assume because now they're free thinkers, but they're essentially bounty hunters at this point, right? They go and do a job, grab somebody, acquire something, bring
Right.
it back. But I am looking forward to just to keep going. You're starting to see this bond. I mean, you've already seen it, but the bond between Hunter and Omega, he's pretty much has brought on that father figure, that father role for her. And
Uh-huh.
it continued at the end where all of a sudden it was like he's back. He goes, you know what? Let's sit down and play.
Yeah.
See if you can be a part of the. I think they were playing. Was it Dejarac? I think that's how
Yeah.
you say it, Dejarac.
Something like that.
hmm And so they're playing. He's essentially the father to this kid now. Yeah, I mean, she's still a kid. She can't be more than like 10 years old, but there's something special about it. And I want to see where this is going to go for her.
Yeah, it's definitely you're starting to see more and more of her skills. Like you've seen some natural shooting abilities and things like that. So she has all that DNA in there that all these other clones, except for this is that first generation DNA, and this is the last batch of first generation DNA that's out there. Other than you've got Rex out there and some of the other guys that you see in the Clone Wars and that, but. I'm really curious to see where it goes, what it's leading to, how this is going to end. I mean, I'm assuming at some point in time, Ahsoka is going to show up because I'm assuming that's who the sisters were talking to at the end of that episode. Uh, I, all in all, I'm definitely still enjoying the show. I'm having fun with it. Look forward to it every Friday. I mean, Friday morning, I wake up and fire it up first thing. It's one of the first
Right.
things I do.
And it's the part where I started watching Star Wars. My very first episode of seeing Star Wars, episode 4. That's just, the very first one I saw. And this is right leading right up to it. And it's, I think it's great. I really do.
Yeah, it's like again a great series. If you guys haven't watched it yet, check it out, and then we'll be back here every Friday, um, just doing this, talking about it. And then Wednesday we'll do Loki. Next episode of Loki, episode number 5 is going to be out this next week, and we'll start breaking those down and whatever the hell else we feel like breaking down. Maybe we'll go back and watch some older movies that we haven't watched. A lot of one thing that I've been wanting to start watching is a lot of this DC animated um, universe that they have out there, and with HBO Max, it's all out there. They're
Yep.
all on HBO Max, so there's just a whole untapped world of things that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So,
And then season 3 of Teen Titans or DC Titans is coming out on HBO Max as well.
yes, was that when is it? Do you know what the date on that is?
A couple weeks. I think it said July or something like that, or July or August. I don't know. We'll look it up and we'll definitely post it, and we'll be more active and whatnot, and just be looking forward to more episodes
August
like this.
12th.
What?
August 12th.
Okay.
August
August
12th.
12th.
Yep. So next month, because we're on July 2nd now. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, look forward to that. You got anything else? That's all I
I
got for today.
can't wait till next Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had written down for this episode. It was a slower episode as opposed to the last like 3 episodes were nonstop action and things like that. You had a little bit of a break. Let you catch your breath this week. So All right, guys. Hey, until next time, we'll talk to you later. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
See you later. Deuces.